just as well plod on with the big original painting. This is the preparatory drawing done on the red bowl in line, in white chalk, although I've used other white just to help the television. This looks over elaborate, but you see all the perspective lines here are necessary because there are courses of brickwork going in recessive perspective across there. Also, the wane itself has a vanishing point. In order to achieve this, I attack a nail physically into the stretcher, which keeps the thing going for you. There's dark, light, and medium. With those three tones quietly and carefully placed in the right places with a bit of luck, the picture starts to take on, you use fresh brushes for the new tones, takes on a different aspect because now one can, although this appears quite light, one can start drawing the salient points in the painting with a certain knowledge that what is underneath will stay, with a certain knowledge that the perspective which lines have helped you, are helping you to achieve truth, veracity. And if this is applied very quietly, patiently, one can achieve, before photography, remember, a photographic negative which, when coloured, this painting is now in the state of grisaille, in which it now requires dead colouring. Dead colouring means that one places the colour over the painting in areas to give one an idea how it will look ultimately if one trusts. And to cheer you up, as there's a piece of red here, we'll start with that. I'm using a relatively limited palette. Constable would have sketched this in very, very quickly in the open somewhere first, on oil paper, not canvas. At this stage, when all the forms are drawn in, and of course, remember one can merge this with the finger or brush if you wanted to make more subtle movements anywhere. And but the good thing is to get dark and light first and then the intermediate. It depends how you feel about it. But at some stage it's a good idea to apply the palette knife as we did in the Temeraire, as one does often. And this is a little difficult, but just imagine water is spurting up under the horse's feet. And the source of light coming from up here again will tell the story itself. You splash it up just the same as you're in a bath, throwing the water at your wife or something. They describe what I'm doing now as penciling. They call these pencils, which is very disconcerting for anyone reading manuscripts. And so we go through the picture like this. The painting has been carried about as far as it's possible for demonstration purposes, because it would take quite a considerable time to finish it off. Remember that Constable took about 3 months to paint the Hayway with all the odds and ends going on. So I'm going to turn to this painting, which took me longer than it took Constable to paint the Hayway, because there is, of course, much more detail, too much possibly, in it. You see that by the general aspect that some thought has gone into the design generally of the painting, the movement, the colour, the drawing, and so on. And when I give it a coat of varnish later, it will again bring out the tones to their true values. This is about, I think, 5 years since I painted this.